Hello, I am SquidofLove, welcome back. The Caterpillar is one of the biggest ships in Star Citizen right now, a massive modular spaceship that has as a primary role the transportation of goods and commodities. Whether these goods will be transported legally or illegally though depends heavily on you, your crew, and what you are trying to achieve in the Star Citizen universe. The Caterpillar was first introduced as the evil twin of the Freelancer as an alternative from Drake to haul cargo, to transfer goods one way or another and try to make money out of this activity. But since then it has grown a lot, and as you can see we now have this massive beast in front of us that is actually longer than a Starfarer, which means that the Caterpillar has a length over 100 meters. It isn't just a very long ship, but its design is also very interesting, and there are certain parts of its design that will draw our attention, like the command module over here that it can detach and get out in case of an emergency, and not only, but also the quad engines at the back of the Caterpillar that are designed in such a way in order to help the pilot control this massive starship better, whether it is laden or unladen. Other interesting parts of the Caterpillar's design include the asymmetrical wing that has as a goal to offset the command module and help balancing the ship, but also the two pairs of sensors in the front of the ship that will again help the pilot control the ship better. The actual strength of the Caterpillar though is its modularity, the fact that it is designed around pure modularity, and this is what makes the Caterpillar a very fascinating option. This is where the main elevator of the Caterpillar is located, and this is how we can enter the ship. So let's get inside the Caterpillar, let's take a look at each of its section, let's take a look at the interior and discuss about the different parts of the ship, and of course how we can use it properly, how we can use it effectively in order to achieve our goals in Star Citizen. From here we can access the front and the back part of the Caterpillar, we can go to the modules, it comes equipped with 4 modules, or we can go back to the engine. This is where the engineering room is located, where the engine, the heart of the Caterpillar is beating, and is somewhat separated from the rest of the ship and away from the crew quarters. This is because the crew will need some peace and quiet when they are off duty, but you will need to have a dedicated crew member in here to control the power. The crew requirements for the Caterpillar are 5 persons, and you are going to need all these 5 persons on board if you want to use this ship effectively. The benefit of having a dedicated crew member down here in the engineering room is not only that you can adjust the power according to the needs of the ship, according to what is happening outside, but you can also repair the engine in case of an emergency, if it needs to be repaired suddenly, and from this area you can also access the bottom turret of the Caterpillar. The main weapon of the Caterpillar consists of 2 manned turrets that are coming equipped with 2 M6A laser cannons, so we can understand very easily that the goal of the Caterpillar is not to go on the offensive, and it will require some assistance in order to fulfill its role, in order to complete its mission with success. These 2 turrets are not the only weapons that the Caterpillar bears, there are some more weapons on the command module, but we are going to talk about them a bit later. Let's go right above the engineering room and visit the jump drive area, the power plant, and the server room. All the rooms, all the equipment that is necessary in order to run this ship effectively, in order to operate it smoothly. From this area you can also access the rest of the ship, but we are going to return down to the engineering room and try to visit the habitation area, the crew quarters, and see where the crew will be spending its time when off duty. We have said before that the crew requirements are 5 persons, but we can very easily understand that you might require more than 5 in order to operate it smoothly. 2 will be on the command module that we are going to visit later, 1 on the engineering room, and 2 will be on the turrets in case of an emergency. So I guess that you might need more, some on the cargo area or some on the jump drive and power plant. But this depends on you and how effective your crew is actually. This is the habitation area, the first habitation area of the Caterpillar. There are 2 in total. The first one, the first crew quarters, is located here on the lower floor of the Caterpillar, and the other crew quarters is located on the command module that is on the upper floor of the Caterpillar. The location of this area is very important because it is far enough from the engine that will give to the crew some peace and quiet in order to rest when they are not performing any action, but it is also close enough to everything else and they can access the modules, and here is the first module, and the other areas of the ship. The modularity of the Caterpillar is what makes it very special. It comes with 4 modules, the modules that we are traversing right now, in the front part of the ship, and we can change these modules into anything we like. Right now these are cargo modules, so we can carry more goods, more commodities, and use the Caterpillar in order to make money out of trading or out of piracy, out of salvaging, out of anything that will require cargo space. But in the future we will be able to change them. We will be able to add more habitation areas, for example, and add more crew, weapon modules, and increase our firepower, or even add medical facilities and turn the Caterpillar into a search and rescue vessel. We can have anything we like on these 4 modules. Later we will have more modules added to the game, so we can turn the Caterpillar into the ship of our dreams. We can turn it into a little mobile base for us, our friends, or even our small organization. This is the front cargo bay, and it is the only area that is equipped with an air shield. This is very helpful because it allows the crew of this ship to transfer goods, to transfer commodities, but also launch small vehicles like the dragonflies, and I really can't wait for this to happen in the persistent universe, to have a couple dragonflies in here and get out of the Caterpillar like this. Having the air shield obviously helps with avoiding decompression, and this is the cargo lift of the Caterpillar that can fold inside the ship, and we can expand and use it in order to carry goods inside. Exactly because of this modularity, the Caterpillar could be used in a number of different activities, and although its primary role is to carry cargo, it could also be used as the commander of a raid, as the commander of a pirate fleet, in order to coordinate an attack on a merchant convoy, on a merchant vessel. From this elevated catwalk we can access all the 4 modules on the front of the Caterpillar, but also the front cargo bay, the observation room for the front cargo bay, and the upper turret. It gives us the ability to walk through all these modules without interfering with the work that is being done on each one of these modules, without interfering the role of this module. We can also open the modules, we can open the doors for the modules and help with loading cargo or unloading raiders. The potential of this ship is amazing, and there is pretty much nothing that we cannot do. There are a couple more places of the Caterpillar on the upper floor that we haven't visited yet, and we are going to visit them now. One of these is the command module, and the other is the observation room, that it is also the tractor beam station. And this room we are going to visit first. From here a crew member can control a tractor beam, and it is a very good spot in order to help in salvage operations, but it can also act as an observation room, and this is why I call it like this. It can help with detecting enemies, it can help with assisting the pilots. It is located on the opposite side of the command module, which I have to say is the most impressive part of the Caterpillar. It is like a ship inside a ship. We have mentioned that it can be detached, and it has room for 2 in the front, a pilot and co-pilot, but also 2 more seats for other crew members to assist with piloting the ship, with managing the ship, and of course fulfilling the job, fulfilling the role of the Caterpillar. The cockpit offers very good visibility, and it is essential for a huge ship like the Caterpillar to have very good visibility so you can maneuver properly. And like the main body of the Caterpillar, the command module also has 2 floors. On the upper floor is the cockpit, where you can pilot the ship, but on the bottom floor there is an extra habitation area. The command module has its own engines, and it can be detached from the Caterpillar. It is said that many pilots will be using this command module in order to use different Caterpillars, so if you don't want to always change your modules, you can have a Caterpillar for hauling cargo, and you can have a Caterpillar for raiding parties, for piracy, or you can simply have a Caterpillar for search and rescue and anything else you like. The command module also has its own weaponry. It comes equipped with 4 laser cannons, 2 on the upper part of the hull and 2 on the bottom part of the hull of the command module. But what actually makes the command module special is the habitation area we can find on the bottom half of the command module. This area will keep you and your crew alive if you need to detach from the main body of the caterpillar and get out in case of an emergency. And there is also an observation area on this bottom half of the command module that will help you navigate and control your ship better. This is definitely something amazing that we have never seen in Star Citizen before, and this command module is one more reason why the caterpillar is so special and it has such potential. Let's go and take a quick look at the caterpillar from the outside now, and watching the caterpillar in space is the best way to understand how amazing this ship is. It will also give us the opportunity to take a good look at the weapons of the caterpillar and what kind of offensive or defensive capabilities it has. The main weapons of the caterpillar are the 2-man turrets we have talked about already, and we will need 2 crew members on them in order to operate them. By using these turrets we can have protection from every side, and they are essential to keep us safe in space. But the command module also comes with its own weaponry. It has 4 laser cannons in total, 2 on the bottom part of the hull and 2 on the turret on the upper part of the hull of the command module. And this will help you defend yourself, this will help you in case of an emergency. And of course it is a much required defense, a much required firepower if you have to detach and get out, get as far as possible. Not a very offensive weaponry, and you will need some assistance, you will need some escort in order to complete your goal. This is why the caterpillar is considered the commander in every fleet, in pirate fleets, in raiding fleets, in everything you want to do. This firepower might be enough if you want to use the caterpillar as a hauling vessel, as a trading vessel, but again you might want to have some escort ships with you. Also, by taking a look at the caterpillar from the outside, and if we open the 4 separate modules, we can understand why it can be a very nice addition to a raiding fleet, because all these modules can be transformed into carrying more weapons, or they can be simply carrying raiders ready to get out into EVA and assault a disabled vessel. The number one surprise with the caterpillar is how fast it is, not its SCM speed that can go only up to 110 meters per second, but its cruise speed when we are using the afterburner is insane. It can go up to 930 meters per second. Unfortunately, it has a very slow acceleration, so it will take you some time to reach that number. Something that means that you might be vulnerable if you are under attack, and this is another extra reason why you will need support, you will need escort ships with you. To better understand how vulnerable the caterpillar can be and how not a good idea is to go out there for some solo action without NPC or other crew members, friends on the 2-man turrets, all we have to do is join Vandul Swarm and try our luck against some Vandul. And although the weaponry that exists on the command module might be enough to deal with one only enemy, when more enemies are coming towards you and when you are dealing with multiple targets, then things are getting really bad for you, because obviously this massive beast lacks in maneuverability and the firepower is not really enough. You absolutely need to have the turrets manned if you want to stand any chance against the attackers, against enemies, or you must have escort ships with you that will keep you alive, that will keep you secure. This was the Drake Caterpillar, a massive modular spaceship with immense capabilities and potential that can be turned into pretty much everything, that can help you achieve pretty much everything you want in Star Citizen. Its primary role will be used to haul cargo, but it can be used in more illicit activities like piracy. And in order to operate it effectively, you will need to have all the required crew members on board. The crew requirements is 5 persons, but I'm guessing that you will need a couple more in order to be sure that you are not going to face any real problem. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I am SquidofLove, and I will see you around the verse. Bye bye.